Our conversation tonight features the Principal Secretary in charge of Mining, the State Department for Mining, Elijah Mwangi, who joins me in studio. Thank you very much, PS, for joining us. And of course, welcome to KBC Channel 1.
Thank you, John.
Karibu sana. Briefly, probably begin by explaining to us the role of the State Department for Mining.
Well, thank you, John, and good evening, viewers. The State Department for Mining was established through Executive Order 1 of 2022, but mining activities has been happening in this country for the last 120 years. If you visit some of our regions, you'll find the old colonial mine shafts that are still operational today. And for information, it's good to inform viewers that the mining sector can contribute significantly to the development and growth of the economy of Kenya. Our target is to ensure that we contribute up to 10% of GDP from mining. The mining by itself may denote as if extractive, but we are concerned with the value chain from reconnaissance, that is searching for minerals, prospecting, trading, that is buying and selling, processing and mining itself. In essence, anybody who wants to carry out any business to do with handling of minerals must obtain a mining license. But before then, for us to achieve the 10% GDP that we aspire, we have done it several reforms. And one of the reforms is that there is need to have data for all our mineral resources. And through the National Airborne Geophysics Survey that identified over 970 mineral occurrences across the country, we are carrying out an activity to confirm the economic value and the quantity and the quality of those mineral occurrences. It is an exercise that is ongoing. Our anticipation is that by June this year, we shall have achieved over 24 counties. Remember, we have different forms of minerals. We have industrial minerals. Industrial minerals mostly are used in our industries, the limestone, the gypsum, pozzolana, and the like. Mostly when we are doing clinker or cement, we use industrial minerals. Then we have construction minerals. These include the ballast. It includes the construction stones and the likes. Then we have our critical minerals as a country. Last month, our Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Sari Mvurya, informed the world that Kenya has this rare earth called coltan. But it's not only coltan, we have also niobium and others. So those strategic minerals, including chromite, copper, and the likes, are reserved for the national government to determine who is going to invest on them through the National Mining Corporation. But for us to be able to achieve and understand the mineral resources that we have, there was need for us to modernize our lab. We have a lab in Nairobi, Madini House, but we intend to decentralize this lab across the country. In essence, we have already identified 9 counties, formerly the former provincial headquarters, and we have procured adequate equipment so that those people who are carrying out mining, they do not need to come to Nairobi to bring their samples. And the sampling or testing of those minerals is very critical because it is through them that you are able to tell the quality of the minerals that you have. And also, when you are charging royalties, you need to know the kind of mineral. There are some minerals that are almost look alike. For instance, we have quartz, we have chromite, we have manganese. They almost look almost alike. But through testing, you're able to tell the kind of minerals they are, and you charge accordingly. Also, we are also considering formalization of our artisanal miners. These small scale, those people who are earning their livelihood from the minerals that are about within their community. Essentially, they used to just operate. They were not recognized by the government. This government, in October last year, 2023, the cabinet decriminalized the activities of artisanal mining. That means that right now, we do not harass our small scale, those artisanal mining. We know that whatever they are doing, it is for their livelihood. However, we have a mandate. And what we are doing is that we are encouraging them to form marketing cooperatives. So far, we have over 246 marketing cooperatives across the country. And then we have gazetted in each and every county artisanal mining committee. Artisanal mining committee are meant to give permits or mining permits or prospecting permits to the artisanals within their counties. If in the makeup of those artisanal mining committee has representative of miners themselves. So they are able to tell amongst themselves who are the members within their community. And out of that, we feel that we shall reduce by large extent illegal operators. Because it is through artisanal mining where those who intend to engage in illegal mining, they usually tend to use artisanal miners. And once they are formalized to cooperative, we are going to capacity build them. We are training them right now. And we intend also to provide some financial support to them. But more importantly, we will be able to regularize them such that their activities can be known by the government. And we have, through the regional mines office, extension services who are able to reach out to them and provide some information, especially on how to carry out good mining practice because of conservation of environment. We are very much keen on value addition. For the country to grow, we are discouraging export of unprocessed minerals. Any time that unprocessed minerals get out of this country, it is a loss to the government through the value of the royalties that we could have received. Two, the employment that could have been created through the creation of the infrastructure, the industries that could carry out those processing is lost. But also, there are some benefits that comes along by having industries within a region. For instance, in the Mining Act, anybody who is carrying out mining, they are supposed to have Community Development Agreement Committee. This committee is meant to receive some monetary allocations from the mining company. And therefore, any company that is doing value addition, the value of the benefit or the financial benefit that the community will receive in form of community development agreement is higher compared to the value that will be received when we are dealing with raw minerals. And to that extent, to date, we have already found investors who are carrying out value addition to some of our minerals. For instance, we have an investor who intended to have a gold refinery in Kakamega. This one will be a game changer because we have so much gold in this our country, but majority of them just goes and within the system it got lost and the government does not benefit. And therefore, with this gold refinery, the intention is that all the gold that is produced in Kenya shall be refined in that gold refinery, and we shall be able to track all our gold across the country. Then we have a granite processing plant that we intend to have in Vihiga. We have identified an investor who is willing to put some money, 2.5 billion in that investment. And since we have so many locks, if I use that word in Vihiga County, this shall be now an economic benefit to them.
The rocky area of Vihiga.
The rocky area of Vihiga, all those rocks are granite, and we intend to have a station whereby those people of Vihiga will be bringing those rocks to that granite processing plant. It will be added value and shall be used here locally. In Elgeyo Marakwet, there used to be Frosper Mining Company. It closed. quite some years ago. We have already identified an investor who is putting around 4.8 billion to revive this Frosper company, which is going to employ over 3,000 people. So those are some of the areas where we have identified the investors for value chain. But however, our intention is to ensure that the county which have adequate minerals, for instance, we have a lot of copper in Kitui and Tharaka-Nithi. Our intention is to ensure that we have somebody who is going to put up a copper processing plant in that area. When you go to Migori, you also find a lot of copper there. When you go to Coast, there is a lot of titanium. And everywhere where we go. Recently, last week, but one.
Let me cut you short just a bit, PS, so that we pay some bills and then return. You finish up. And then we'll talk about the aspect of ensuring that local communities where, other than what you're saying, unprocessed minerals, the aspect of mining for local communities, how are you ensuring that local communities are not deprived of a resource within their area? But we're taking a short breather. We're coming back in a minute. Don't go too far. You're watching Prime Edition. We're still here with the PS, Elijah Mwangi, the PS State Department for Mining. Must admit, he really did his homework. Before we took a break, you were talking about this copper in Kitui and Tharaka-Nithi, and there's something you're doing about it. Very briefly, before we get to the aspect of how local communities are benefiting. Well,
thank you, John. We were considering the value addition and what the government intend to do in matters of the minerals that are found in abundance in our counties. There was given an illustration of Kitui and Tharaka-Nithi where we have a lot of copper. And our intention is to ensure that rather than having those copper exported and processed, we have a plan to ensure that anybody who wants to carry out mining in that county must establish a processing plant in that county, which we shall base the application evaluation of that particular person. Equally, when we got to West Pokot, recently we had our president who went there and commissioned 45 billion cement or clinker processing plant, and it is going to change the landscape and the economic of West, that is West Pokot. Now, coming to the community,
yes,
our constitution provides that minerals belong to the people of Kenya, and we are the people of Kenya. The Minister of Mining is there to safeguard the interest of the minerals for the people of Kenya. And any time that we give out a license, our intention is that those who are carrying out exploitation of minerals, they will pay what is meant to be paid. We charge royalties as a substitute to the exploitation of our minerals. The royalties is paid to the national government, but 20% of what is collected by our ministry goes back to the community through the county government. So 20% of all our royalties go to the county, and 10% goes to the community. So community benefit from the royalties that is collected by the national government. So what I may ask to our Kenyan people, if you find somebody carrying out mining within your area, you need to ask yourself, and it is us who has been given that responsibility. Does this person have a license? Because anybody who is operating without a license, most likely they are not paying the relevant royalties. Okay. If they don't pay those royalties, and you are supposed to get 10% of what has been collected to the community, where the mining is operating, you lose. Okay. For instance, I want to give a scenario of Kwale County, where base titanium has been operational. Every year, we collect royalties from base titanium. And right now, through the county government additional allocation fund, Kwale County are meant to get over 1.1 billion. That is 20%. So 10% of that is over 500 million. So the 500 million will go to the community. So if the community were to safeguard the minerals that are being exploited within their area, they are going to, and how are they going to safeguard that? These miners comes to the community, they give them small token, the community owns that, and in instance, they sign consent. When they sign consent, they have given permission somebody to carry out mining, and therefore they are going to lose. And what we are doing is to ensure that through our mining police unit, which is a special police unit. We intend to ensure that we get rid of illegal operations across the country. Illegal operators are anybody who is buying and selling any form of minerals without license, anybody who is mining without a license, anybody who is carrying out prospecting activities or processing without a license. The special police unit, that is mining unit police, are there to safeguard the enforcement and compliances. And we shall be going to those people who are carrying out those illegal mining so that the people of Kenya can benefit.
Yes, that's about royalties. Talk about environmental sustainability, because I mean, some of the issues that have been raised when it comes to the subject of mining is the environmental sustainability of the very act of mining.
It is true that mining, especially when you are carrying out extractives, you have to interfere with the environment. However, we have safeguards. Those people who apply for a mining or prospecting license, they are required to provide an NEMA license. And apart from that, there is environmental impact assessment that is also carried by NEMA. But when we come to our enforcement and inspectorate division within our ministry, we have team from the regional mines office who goes around ensuring that the activities that are being carried out from the mining do not go against the environmental. But we appreciate that we have some rogue people who are doing against what the law requires. But going forward, we have introduced an environmental board. So anybody who will be receiving mining license must pay an environmental board, which shall be used to reinstate the area if they go against the requirement that was given during the licensing of their operations. We have our National Mining Corporation. This is an investment arm of the government. Initially, it was not operationalized. Currently, they have hired, they have a board, and the intention of the National Mining Corporation is to partner or go into joint venture with anybody who want to carry out exploitation of our strategic minerals. We have at least 14 strategic minerals, which include copper, we have chromite, we have rare earths, we have cotton, we have niobium, and such. So anybody who wants to carry out exploitation, prospecting, or dealing with those minerals must talk to the National Mining Corporation. Why are we doing so? You know, for us to grow, we must safeguard what is dear to us. As a country, those minerals I've mentioned, amongst others, are dear to us. We don't want just exploitation, but we want to ensure that the government has a hand in the exploitation. More so, we have developed several regulations, including amendment of our Mining Act. And one of the items that we have introduced there is a mineral development levy. This mineral development levy will be operated like the other levies, the fuel levy, and the likes. And the essence is to have some fund which shall be used by the ministry to have continuity in exploitation and in exploration of the mineral resources, which we have. Allow me to talk about the leveraging on ICT.
Very quickly.
Because this government has a digital element. We use online mining cadastre in application of our licenses. And the purpose is to ensure that there is transparency and accountability in giving licenses. However, we have digitized our royalty collection system, we have digitized our explosive system, and we have digitized our artisanal system. So going forward, we shall not be accepting the manual, but we shall be digital. But lastly, let me give an insight to Kenyan.
Yes.
Currently, we know it is rainy season, and if you go around, you may find some landslides here and there. We have people there who are operating in shafts. We are calling upon anybody who is doing mining, at least, to give themselves a space during this rainy season, because water may come into their tunnels, and we do not want to have a situation whereby we shall be reporting calamities. And two, we ask those people who are carrying out mining, kindly, we have our mining system operational. Please apply for your mining license. If you are buying, ensure that you obtain mineral transport permit from our regional mines office, but more importantly, don't mine without the necessary license. We are there to support you. The government is not there to come for you. The police unit is just there for enforcement, but let's work together so that we can realize the benefit that comes with these minerals that God endowed to us, to this country.
Thank you very much, PS, for joining us tonight. I mean, it's been an eye-opener. 10% of our GDP coming from the mining sector, and that is the state of the mining sector in the country. Most importantly, the warning from the PS to avoid disaster. Please keep off mining at this time of the rains, and probably you can resume. But most importantly, also licensing, a very important matter. Thank you, PS Elijah Mwangi, for joining us tonight. We now cross over to Okumu Bernard for the sports. But before then, another commercial short break.